Recently, a news poll conducted exclusively for the Weekend Australia showed that in Victoria, Labor's primary vote has fallen only slightly since the 2018 election, while dissatisfaction with the resurrected Liberal leader Matthew Guy has increased by 7 points. In fact, Labor holds a 56-44 two-party preferred lead. On these figures, the coalition in Victoria will be wiped out again. Daniel Andrews' satisfaction rating is 54% higher than at any time, 54%, which is higher than at any time before the 2014 and 2018 elections. Yet only 32% of voters were satisfied with Matthew Guy's performance. Labor won 55 seats at the last election, the coalition 27. The redistribution has handed a net gain of 1 seat to Labor. The Liberals are legitimately asking, does the leader Matthew Guy stay on? I'll be looking at this later, not today. There are 14 key seats that Labor is at risk of losing on November 26, but it would appear the coalition has no chance of winning them. So what the polls are saying is that in spite of the impossibly undemocratic behaviour by the Andrews government during coronavirus, Daniel Andrews' star is in the ascendant. Something doesn't add up. Let me explain why. Remember the 28-year-old pregnant woman, Zoe Buhler, who was handcuffed and arrested in her home in September 2020 in Ballarat, arrested in front of her 2 young children for creating a Facebook post just urging people to protest against the draconian lockdowns in Melbourne. This was a 28-year-old working-class woman doing nothing more than drawing attention via Facebook to the tyranny and denial of freedom embodied in the Daniel Andrews lockdowns. She merely created a Facebook event calling people in Ballarat to protest against the lockdown of Melbourne by the Andrews government, which by that time had been in hard lockdown for 99 days. She was not trying to incite people to violence. She didn't break the law. She just wanted people to speak out against the lockdown because she cared for freedom. Ballarat at that point was in stage 3 lockdown, the same level of lockdown that Melbourne had been in when the Black Lives Matter protest was organised by career activists. The same Victorian police who arrested Zoe allowed the 10,000-strong Black Lives Matter protest to go ahead. Zoe found herself confronted by several police officers who proceeded to arrest the young woman, still in her pyjamas, in front of her 2 little children. She was pregnant, in front of her 2 little children, for the alleged serious offence of incitement. One policeman, I have to say, subsequently resigned from the force in protest at the police behaviour. In a press conference soon after, the Assistant Commissioner in Victoria, Luke Cornelius, stated he regretted the optics of arresting a pregnant woman, but he was, quote, absolutely satisfied the officers acted appropriately and Zoe had engaged in serious criminal behaviour, unquote. You dope. Zoe had merely urged people to speak up for freedom peacefully. That was incitement and serious criminal behaviour.